Imagine owning a truck, working 70 hours a week, and still losing money. That sounds impossible. But for thousands of owner-operators, it is reality. A few years ago, owning a truck looked like the smartest move in America. Today, many are hauling loads and finding nothing left after fuel, insurance, and bills. Why are owner-operators quitting trucking? Let's find out. The boom when everything looked perfect. In 2021 and early 2022, owning a truck looked like one of the smartest business decisions in America. The supply chain was in chaos. Ships were backed up. Warehouses were overflowing. Companies were paying almost anything to move freight. Some owner-operators were earning up to $15,000 a week. Thousands of drivers took out loans, bought trucks, and started their own businesses. It felt like the American dream was finally paying off. But by mid-2022, freight demand began to fall. More trucks entered the industry. The boom was already coming to an end. Then came the part nobody expected. The crash when the money stopped. By late 2022, the freight boom was over. Loads became harder to find. High rates started falling fast. Drivers were fighting each other for the same loads, spending hours at truck stops refreshing load boards and hoping for anything decent. By 2023, experts were calling it a historic freight recession. By 2025, it had entered its third straight year. The average spot rate fell to around $1.88 per mile and stayed there. The real problem was not the rate itself. It was that everything else kept getting more expensive. And that is when the numbers stop making sense. Problem 1: fuel costs that never stop. Every truck on the road runs on diesel. The average owner-operator burns through about 20,500 gallons every year. If the truck moves, fuel gets burned. In 2025, diesel averaged around $3.57 per gallon. That sounds manageable until you do the math. 20,500 gallons adds up to roughly $70,000 a year in fuel alone. And that is before insurance, truck payments, maintenance, or taxes. Fuel was not even the biggest problem, because another cost was rising even faster. Problem 2: insurance bills that break businesses. The real nightmare was not fuel. It was insurance. By 2024 and 2025, it had become one of the biggest reasons owner-operators were going broke. Think about that. You can work all year and still hand over thousands of dollars just to stay legal on the road. In early 2025, insurance costs jumped another 5.8%. Many owner-operators were paying between $13,200 and $21,600 every year. And the worst part? They were paying more than many large trucking companies. Why? Because of massive lawsuit payouts known as nuclear verdicts. As those verdicts got bigger, premiums kept rising. For many truck owners, insurance became a bill they simply could not afford. Problem 3: debt from the good years. The boom created a problem that many drivers never saw coming: debt. During 2021 and 2022, thousands of drivers bought new trucks at record prices. At the time, it seemed smart freight was booming and money was flowing. But by 2025, those same loans had become a heavy burden. Many drivers were still paying $200 to $3,500 every single month. And those payments did not stop when freight slowed down. The boom encouraged debt. The recession made it almost impossible to survive that debt. Problem 4: breakdowns that end businesses. Trucks do not last forever. By 2025, many owner-operators were holding on to aging trucks because they could not afford newer ones. A breakdown does not just cost money, it costs time. It costs loads. It can destroy a driver's reputation. A major engine repair can easily cost $15,000 to $25,000. For most drivers, that is money they do not have. And in a freight recession, one bad breakdown can end the entire business overnight. Problem 5: rules coming from every direction. By 2025 and 2026, new regulations were arriving from every direction. Owner-operators felt they were spending almost as much time on paperwork as on the road. They had no legal teams, no compliance departments, just themselves. The FMXA introduced new rules. States added their own requirements. California launched a $250 million electric truck program. Then came the biggest shock. Industry analysts estimated that nearly 194,000 drivers could leave the trucking industry during 2025 and 2026 due to immigration policy changes. For an industry already struggling, that was devastating. Problem 6: brokers taking too big a cut. Even when drivers found loads, another problem was waiting. Between the shipper and the driver sits a network of brokers taking a cut of every payment. The driver bought the truck. The driver paid for the fuel. The driver took all the risks. Yet a broker could keep a large share without touching a single box. A load paying $3,000 might leave the driver with only $2,000. After fuel, insurance, taxes, and repairs, almost nothing was left. For many drivers, it stopped feeling like working for themselves. It felt like working for everyone else while carrying all the risk alone. Problem 7: driving skills versus business skills. The hardest truth in this whole story is simple. Driving a truck and running a trucking business are not the same thing. Most owner-operators are excellent drivers, but many were never taught how to manage cash flow, track expenses, or plan for unexpected costs. According to ATBs, the top causes of failure in 2026 were low cash reserves, poor cost tracking, unexpected repair bills, and tax issues. In good times, drivers could survive their mistakes. In bad times, they could not afford to make even one mistake, one breakdown, one missed payment, and years of hard work could vanish almost overnight. As of June 2026, this story is still being written. Owner-operators are still leaving. Trucking companies are still filing for bankruptcy. Trucks are still being parked across America. Behind every number is a real person. A driver who worked hard, took the risk, and tried to build something of his own. Spot rates remain near $1.88 per mile, while every major cost keeps rising. That is what makes this crisis bigger than trucking. It is a warning about what happens when the cost of doing business grows faster than the reward for doing it. The real tragedy is not that truck drivers stopped working. It is that many worked harder than ever and still could not survive. When hard work no longer pays, the dream breaks. And across America, that dream is still being parked, one truck at a time. Thousands of trucks are parked. Thousands of drivers are gone. If this story opened your eyes, like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, is the American dream of owning your own truck still alive, or has it become a financial trap?